Are you fed up chasing symptoms and doing symptom management with multiple sclerosis? I'm going to be asking you to consider making some changes to your diet to improve the MS you live with and the MS I live with. I originally planned to take you all grocery shopping with me, but it didn't go quite as planned. Welcome to the world of MS. You gotta pivot. Some strategies are things I have incorporated in the many years I've been living with MS, some new, some not as new. I think it will be helpful though. I don't think we realize just how much what we eat directly affects our journey with multiple sclerosis. I went in the produce section of the grocery store surrounded by nature's bounty because the first step to a healthier diet is choosing real, whole foods, one ingredient food. When I say real, whole foods, I mean foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. You want to choose real food, whole food, single ingredient food. Think fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins like chicken and fish, and whole grains like brown rice and quinoa. The human body knows what to do and how to flourish with real, whole, single ingredient food, not processed food. It's not easy initially, but it is definitely worth it. To show you that I live what I am teaching, I have multiple sclerosis and have had it for 23 years, and I've worked full-time as a pharmacist. While taking disease-modifying therapy for years, I have always eaten this way because whole food is medicine. I encourage you to just try it and see how you feel. As a pharmacist and an MS patient, I can attest to the power of diet and nutrition. I've seen firsthand how making healthy food choices can improve my energy levels, reduce fatigue, and enhance my overall quality of life. It's important to listen to your body and find a diet that works best for you. Experiment with different foods and see what makes you feel your best. The freshest food, the whole, single ingredient, unprocessed food type, is the food that will be along the edges of your grocery store. You can think about it like this. If you have to store it in the pantry, it may be processed food. If you look at the label and can't pronounce the ingredients, it's processed. You want to avoid processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive amounts of saturated and unhealthy fats, fast food, candy, foods with ingredients you can't pronounce, foods with preservatives. Your body does not know what to do with these substances and thereby leads to unwanted outcomes. I ask you to consider making these simple swaps. You're not only fueling your body, but also potentially slowing the progression of your MS. Number 2. Next up, hydration. It's such a big deal. Water is essential for overall health, but it's especially important for those of us with MS. The benefits of water in MS is it decreases our fatigue associated with MS, thinking and memory, your mood, and even decreases spasticity and urinary tract infections. The recommendation is approximately 3,000 milliliters per day for males and females, or 100 ounces per day. Yikes. For me, it has always been a struggle with getting the recommended amount of daily water because of another MS symptom, urinary incontinence, coupled with decreased mobility earlier in my disease. But dehydration can exacerbate fatigue, cognitive issues, and muscle spasms. If you can, aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. I'm going to try my best and do this with you. There are some hacks I used to use. A little hack I did was put fruit and herbs in my water to make it taste amazing, not crave sugar, and before I know it, I've gotten my daily water. The example I used was grapefruit and rosemary. Or you can freeze fruit overnight. The next morning, put it in your water bottle. Drink throughout the day and stop at dinner. In the end, you have a treat. You have a piece of fruit. Avoid sweeteners because they make you crave sugar and can actually spike your insulin. That's a no. I learned this tip from a very influential neurologist. That's our number 3. Try to drink 2/3 of all of your water during the first half of your day. Let me break that down. I'll be patient X. If you're a woman with MS, your recommended daily water recommendation is 3,000 milliliters. You need to intake 2,000 milliliters, that's 2 liters, in the first half of your day, and 1,000 milliliters before or through dinner. Then, hard stop. As humans, we make urine for 6 hours after we drink something. I'm asking you and me to consider finishing all of our drinking by dinner, so we won't be getting up and going to the bathroom all night. Let's try to carry a reusable water bottle with us and sip throughout the day. Let's go. Number 3. Now, let's talk about a nutrient that's often overlooked but plays a crucial role in MS, vitamin D. Many people with MS have low vitamin D levels. This also is a big deal because low vitamin D levels can facilitate the development of MS in pre-puberty and can worsen or drive your disease faster if you already have MS. Supplementing vitamin D suggests that we can slow this process down. Sources of vitamin D. 1. Sunlight. Let me give you what the recommendation for vitamin D is in multiple sclerosis. It's 50 to 100. Sunlight is a natural source of vitamin D. And for those of us who live in the South, where sun exposure is plentiful, we still need to be cautious using sunscreen. When you go to your MS doctor, they are looking for your vitamin D levels to be between 50 and 100. Depending on where you live, that could be very easy to accomplish, or it can be even more difficult if you live in colder climates. Sun exposure for 15 minutes will give you 5,000 international units of vitamin D. That's exactly what you need. Foods with vitamin D. Foods rich in vitamin D are liver, beef liver, salmon, swordfish, fatty fish, sardines, and fortified dairy products. I'm plant-based, so mushrooms, fortified orange juice, and fortified plant milks and yogurts are very healthy. Third, you can supplement your vitamin D with pills, 5,000 international units. D3 is the active form of vitamin 3. I encourage you to work with your doctor to establish your baseline to figure out how to adjust your value between 50 to 100. Talk with your neurologist and come up with a plan.